This is Andy Purewell for Boxing News. I'm joined by Adam Smith here in Saudi Arabia. Adam, it's been quite a hectic 2-3 days here in Saudi Arabia. Firstly, we had the Floyd Schofield fight pulled, and then Josh Padley stepped it in. And now we've had big heavyweight news. Daniel Dubois has had to pull out of his fight with Joseph Parker. And in steps Martin-Bakole, who for some might be considered an even tougher test than what Daniel could have been. Just your initial summary, your initial reaction to certainly the last 48 hours, but this last 3 or 4 hours around everything heavyweight.
This sport never ever ceases to amaze us in its unpredictable twists and turns. And I think since His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh has come in and sort of changed the landscape, flipped boxing on its head, had the best fighting the best, he demands that. And this is, on paper, or was, the best fight card I think I've ever seen. Floyd Schofield pulls out, someone has to come in. Josh Padley takes it, the electrician from Doncaster. Dream opportunity for him. Shakur takes that, and credit to both men and everyone that got that one done. But 2 in a week, and the co-main event, all the attention really, apart from Beterbiev and Bivol, on that heavyweight clash between Daniel Dubois and Joseph Parker. Daniel falls ill. He looked incredible. I wasn't here, in training last night. So that's strange. He's ill. He can't fight if he's ill. Okay, health has to come first. So you feel gutted for Daniel Dubois. What happens? Joe Parker wants to fight. Should he? Should the whole fight just get shifted and lifted to another event? No. Turkey wants a big heavyweight fight. He's got Zhang and Caballel. He wants Parker in a big fight. There's talk of, I heard Lawrence Okole's name, David Adelaide. I think Turkey said, I want Martin-Bakole. And I think Martin-Bakole, having said he wants the fight, because he wants to step in anywhere, he's here, he's coming. He's coming from the Congo, Andy, to Riyadh. Tomorrow he lands. Doesn't matter about the weight, doesn't have to make the weight, but he has to be medically cleared. Contracts have got to be signed. Billy Nelson's telling me he's 60%. Is a 60% Bakole a real danger to Parker? Yes. Has Parker prepared for a totally different fight? Yes. Should Martin-Bakole have waited to May? Maybe, but he's come and saved this. So hats off to Parker, hats off to Bakole, and for me, as a fight fan and a commentator, I cannot wait for that fight. What a turnaround.
Adam, like yourself, I heard the likes of Bakole, David Adelaide mentioned as well, but Bakole gets the fight, and I think most would probably agree he's the toughest out of those names to step in on short notice to face Joseph Parker. The fact he was in camp though, he was getting ready for FA Jagba, and he was closer to his fight than what others were, certainly in camp for longer than what others have been. Does it give you a confidence that certainly he's coming here with every intention to win? He's not just coming just in the hope of winning.
I'm not sure like camp, maybe because his fight was in May, but the likes of Lawrence Okolie and David Adelaide are meant to be fighting early April. So I'm not sure. You know, Martin certainly isn't in top fight shape, there's no doubt about that. If he's in the Congo, if he's not been with Billy Nelson, he's not fight ready, but he's a fighter. And he's got incredible power and strength, and he believes he can take out anyone. But will he have that fitness? You know, those are the question marks over Martin-Bakole coming in. Will he be able to handle a ripped and ready Joe Parker, who's had a full camp attempting to fight for the IBF heavyweight title? And now he's got to change and shift and think, okay, it's Martin-Bakole, which is very dangerous, but a 60% Martin-Bakole is a risk from the Bakole camp. But he saves the show, and that's what His Excellency looks for. He looks for things like this, I think. Remember, Mark Chamberlain was his favourite fighter. Josh Padley beat Mark Chamberlain. Who gets the fight? Josh Padley gets the Shakur Stevenson fight. Turki Al-Sheikh was really impressed with Martin-Bakole in America. Guess what happens? We have a problem here, and in steps Martin-Bakole. So I think it's a case of His Excellency saying, if Daniel Dubois is out, I want Bakole. And look what happens.
Just final one, Adam, and now we can start to try and analyse the fight, break it down ahead of it. Given what you've said there about Martin's fitness and him maybe just being in a light sort of camp, would you expect Joseph Parker now, who's going to be thinking, get through the first 3, 4, 5 rounds, Bakole is going to look to capitalise on an early, quick, fast start, and in Parker's mind, he's going to think, just get past that, get to the midway point, and then Bakole will start to tire out and fatigue?
You'd have thought that, absolutely, and would that be Martin's game plan, just to sort of throw hell for leather for a few rounds? But I think he's a bit better than that, Parker-Bakole. He takes his time a little bit to set up his attacks. So, you know, I think Joe's going to have a lot of difficulties, especially in those early rounds. You might be right about the ring fitness. Of course, if it goes 10, 11, 12, you've got to fancy Parker down the stretch because he's used to that. He's experienced the 12 rounders and he's fight fit. So for Bakole, does he go for it early? I think it will be calculated pressure from Parker-Bakole, and Parker's probably got to do what he would have had to do against Dubois and show some power too and get Bakole's respect early, because he can't have Bakole marching him down. So it's a very, very intriguing fight. You've got to sort of fancy Parker because he's ready, but Bakole, if it was Parker-Bakole in 3 months' time, who do you think then? Probably Bakole would be favourite. So it's one of those which we can't pick the winner. It's another great fight on this card, isn't it?
It certainly is, and he saves the show. And Adam, I appreciate your time. Safe travels back to your hotel, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Cheers, Andy.